So we got the Kool situation. Some guy, Ami, in a Hellcat. I've never heard of him. I mean, I don't know what he does. It's no knock on him. I never heard of him before today.
Long story short, he at some point somehow worked out of or with the same factory as Kool Kai. That's what we know.
Okay. Yeah, I heard something.
That's basically the only facts we have.
They had some type of falling out where I guess
he wanted to collab, and Kool Kai supposedly, according to Ami, was being arrogant.
Yeah. I think he also tried to.
And dude got offended.
I thought he also got whatever thing he had going on. He got the warehouse to stop producing it.
Yep. Well, I mean, but that's
this is all according to Ami.
Yeah,
so
that's what I was gonna say. That's one side of the
I haven't
story.
seen Kai's response to any of this. In the interest of fairness, so I don't know what because there's two sides to a story.
That Omni video I saw, he said he called Kai, and when I sent us in the chat, he called Kai and was like, "Yeah, they have to open a bigger factory, because when I start making my shoes there, I'm about to outsell yours and boom, boom, boom." And Kai allegedly said, "I don't got no problem, do your thing, man." And then he said Kai allegedly called the factory and was like, "Yo, chill on, dog," whatever his production. And he said he had to place $1 million order, allegedly, behind Kai's back with the factory to continue his shoes, man. And I'm thinking to myself, if it wasn't about that, they would have told him. They actually used y'all against each other to make more money, because if Kai said don't make the shoes, it'll been that. Right. But if it had a dollar sign attached to it, you should have saw the okie doke from the factory. Like, hold on. He told y'all don't make the shoes, but if I pay 400 times what I'm already paying for the shoe, you'll make it.
Yeah, that's kind of a hostage situation there. Yeah,
it ain't about the phone call, So
no, I agree with it. Now, see, my whole, I can't talk about this without smiling, because this whole thing is so dumb to me. Because basically, it's just a battle of the knockoffs. To be honest,
it's ironic. Yeah,
it's very ironic. But so starting out, because we only have Ami's point of views, we're going to just debate or discuss that. So he says that they Kai went behind his back and told the manufacturer they couldn't make his shoe or whatever. Well, the reason that's funny to me is because when I have these conversations with people, they talk about how Kai is a successful young black man, which he is, right? Nobody's saying that he's not. But when I'm talking about sneakers, right, I keep it consistent. I talk about Nike when they steal somebody's designs. I've talked about Bape when they stole somebody's designs. I am being consistent in my criticism when I talk about Kai. He does not get a pass because he's black. I'm sorry.
Now, hear me out, though. Kai uses a lightning bolt, right?
Yes.
Like, we get it to Jordan 1, but he made a small change. I think the thing with Ami was he was going to use a lightning bolt as well, and then after a day or two, switch to, like, a wave or something.
It's the same thing to
me. Not really. When this is where I feel like it's different, right? You took it and basically you baked the Jordan 1, right? Whatever. But when you're taking his alteration, if you made a Nike ID, right? And then I took your Nike ID exactly how it was and just switched out C's with Guru, you will have a problem with it.
No.
And cheaper.
So once again, I mean, because Nike ID is something totally different than me creating. So let's just all be honest here. These are all Jordan 1 knockoffs. The selling point about this shoe is that it looks 99% to what an Air Jordan looked like, minus the logos. And let's be honest, the only reason you changed those because you didn't want to get sued. If you could have put the swoosh on there, he probably would have.
But
right?
Some of the dunk people feel like that about the Jordan 1.
Okay, that's fine. But it's made by the same company, though. So, I mean, if the same company wants to plagiarize their own shoe, fine, right? Bottom line is, the selling point about this shoe, and this is what was so funny to me, I think the end of last year, they was talking about the shoe of the year, and somebody posted, like, the copy and paste Air Jordan 1 as the shoe of the year, because everybody's coming out there. I've seen Jordan 1s with middle fingers, with guns, with, all types of,
there was one with a penis.
Yeah, minus the, oh boy, minus the swoosh.
Whoa.
How many pairs did you buy?
Zero.
Whoa.
Zero.
Whoa.
Shoe wall full of, but no, so.
A shoe wall full of dicks?
Some dunks you can't slam. Remember that. Hey, you can't. You over here.
No, that definitely don't get a slam dunk.
Dunks took you to a couple raves.
Listen,
right?
Complex ain't doing they're not doing sneaker shopping with you. Listen.
But go ahead.
That definitely took a turn for the worse. Didn't know that was gonna go.
You know, me and Guru sitting at this table with you, bro. So So no,
I didn't know that would just kind of circle back. Yeah. All right.
So anyway,
We got to get the bell back.
we do gotta get the bell
I
back.
would have just threw the bell.
So no, point is, the whole thing of it is, minus the brand, like if you literally replace the Thunderbolt with a swoosh as an Air Jordan 1, so let's quit acting like these people are doing anything creatively other than stealing another silhouette and just throwing it on branding on it. This is what I always refer to, the Vanilla Ice thing, because he literally took another song, added one extra drum kick, and tried to act like it was a whole different song.
Puffy did the same thing. We still love him.
And we haven't talked about that before?
Puffy still love him.
I've always
Did
joked
that take
about
away
that.
from Puffy for being dope?
Huh?
Did it take away from Puffy for being a good producer?
Depends on your point of view. If he stole your song, I'm pretty sure you're not talking about his dopeness.
I mean, he paid for-
No, he actually got sued a lot.
Did he borrow, heavily steal, whatever you want to call it? Yes, but they've been stealing from black people for years. Brands been stealing from up and coming brands for years. So now that you're getting a taste of your own medicine, I don't have the slightest
I
sympathy
say this
for
all
it.
the time. You can't go on the court and be like, well, that person stole too, if you got caught stealing. That's not a defense.
No, but if you robbed before and you come in to take somebody else's score because they stole for you, the judge will be like,
but there's somebody. We're talking specifically about certain people. So if Nike has stole Kool Kai's thing and he said, you know, I'm gonna steal your
Nike
shit,
stole other
fine.
people. They stole people from
But
over
let
there.
them people handle that. We talking like stealing.
Okay.
We talk about the moral part. I'm not talking about the legal.
No,
part.
I'm just talking. This is why I'm being consistent, because I'm saying, okay, you stole, you wrong. You stole, you wrong. I'm not sitting there saying, okay, you stole, you wrong, but I'm gonna give you a pass. Like, what type of shit is that?
What I'm saying is, you keep saying y'all stealing is obvious. This is what it
I'm
is
just saying, stealing is stealing to me. So,
Yeah.
like I said, if I see it, I call it, I see it, right? Bottom line is, I find this is what makes this whole thing ironic. You stole a Jordan Silhouette 1, you plagiarized the Jordan 1, and so now somebody's stealing your shit. I think it's absolutely hilarious.
But here's the thing about it. He didn't trip though.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's not tripping.
Yeah, you know what I'm
We're
saying?
gonna have to get a lawyer
That's what I'm saying.
on
Like,
the
and I give him that. Like, he hasn't responded, and maybe he's taking the high road. I don't know.
No, he put out the Dodge, so he said Omni and Hellcat. So now he's dropping a Kyle Lowe.
To your point, I agree with you. I'm talking about like the people who are supporters of either side, because I hear these arguments all the time, and it's like, listen, at the end of the day, they both making knockoffs, and if one knockoff wants to steal the other knockoff, nobody's really right here. So this is what makes it funny to me.
I think why people like Kai's get traction is from it's not because he knocked it off, which we like. It's the packaging and the
presentation
quality that people like. That they wish they would have got.
Oh my
so
God.
I mean,
Are you really about to? He really about to go in?
I'm just
check
telling you
your
what it is. I'm
bullshit.
just telling
Here
you,
it
bro.
comes.
Bullshit. Nobody's
at it.
buying it for the packaging. They buying it because it's a Jordan 1 look.
But
like.
you're looking
you
at
can
it
buy
as-
Jordan 1. I'm telling you why they.
That's
buy
the thing.
it.
They can't get Jordan 1, so they got a better chance of getting Kai because
they
of pre-order.
But check
no,
this
they
out.
don't. Kyle
You're
hard
looking
to
at
get
it-
the Jordan 1s. Can you tell him?
Yeah,
You're
now they
looking
are,
at
but I'm
it-
saying when what?
You're looking at it as the Kool Kai and the Amis are equivalent knockoffs, right?
Yes,
But
they're
I
both
think,
knockoffs.
but I think some people are looking at Ami as a knockoff of Kool Kai.
Right,
what
but
I'm
if you're
saying?
knocking off and then somebody knocks you off, like I mean, shit.
No,
So
I
what?
agree.
Like I mean, at this
But-
point,
You know,
they
I'm
cancel
gonna
each
give you
other
a
out.
perfect. I'm gonna give you a perfect example,
Go
right?
ahead.
Biggie, Puffy sampled the Isley Brothers, right? For
Yes.
One More Chance, right?
Yeah.
Or Fool It. Then Ashanti samples Biggie,
Mm-hmm.
who samples.
Yeah.
So that's why we heard Ashanti, like people like, dang, that's the same one Puffy did. But that's where people are saying, Omni, you Ashanti. They calling Kool Kai Biggie.
They'll never
that's
compare
what it
Ashanti
is.
to
Yeah.
that.
That's
Oh, well,
what.
yeah,
That's
one.
basically what's going on.
Right.
So
right.
I mean, my thing is, yes, it's both a copy, but you're literally copying his work. Kai changed the word here and there on the homework. Omni's literally copying your homework word for word. So I mean, that's what I'm telling
And you know what you get from me?
But
Kanye shrug.
I was going to say, but in the essence, you really don't care because you're looking at it as like
Yeah.
they both knockoffs.
Honestly, like I have no horse in this fight. Like I mean, I get to sit back with popcorn and just watch them both kill each other off. Like honestly, I don't.
I mean,
Not literally, but I'm just saying. Like
Okay,
it's-
the real question is, will Jeff Staple collab with Ami?
Well, we know what color that shoe is going to be, right?
Like we talked about Warren Lotus, and we didn't sit there and talk about well they did this. We was like, yo, Warren Lotus, y'all, you did what you did, and we left it at that. I feel the same exact way in this situation.
But my thing is, he used part of the swoosh to try to play it off.
Right?
like
Yeah,
a
he was
mask.
dumber
like, that's
with
where
this
he
shit.
went.
Yeah, he was
That's
dumber with
what
this
it-
shit.
you
But
know
they
what I'm
still
saying?
killed him with the rest of the shoe because he tried to come up with another shoe and without the swoosh, and Nike got him on that too. So
The Reaper?
whatever shoe
You
came
talking
after
about Warren
that.
Lotus?
Yeah.
He modified it enough to the point where he can legally sell them. It's
Yeah,
called the
but
Reaper.
initially when he tried to come up with a shoe,
He's
Nike
modified it
dinged
to
him
the
on that
point
too.
where it looks nothing like he had originally said.
But here's my
Okay,
thing.
well,
But
see,
Nike,
there you go.
Nike nitpicked because there's another shoe that had the dice on it.
Oh, the
That's
Donnie,
a gun that looks with the
Donnie
shooting
something.
dice on it,
Yeah.
and they go after that. So it's just like Now, is it really about that, or you just want to pick on who you want to pick on?
Those dice shoes are terrible, though.
But did not go after them. How did you go get your Jordan 1 patent before your Air Force 1 patent?
I don't know. That's
a good question.
Your compliance department needs to be.
What year did the
Air Force One's 82?
Yeah, Air Force One
Jordan took.
You would think it would have been trademarked in 82, but I don't know how that works. But
I mean, but I guess the other part would be how much of the patent do they own? Like, do they own the full model of the shoe? Do they own kind of like where the ventilation is at on the toe box?
I think they were only because there was no other shoe like that. Remember, it was just Chucks and Converse really heavy back when they was doing that.
Right. So, but I'm saying like in terms of them owning. I'm saying in terms of them owning like the Air Force One and the Jordan 1. Like, how much of the actual intellectual property of that shoe do they actually own?
And you know what's so crazy is that you upset about the Jordan 1 and Lotus. It was like how many times every brand had made their own version of the Chuck.
And Converse eventually sued them a couple years ago. They sued a whole bunch of people. So
I think that
took them a while.
Then they sued Airwalk.
Yeah, they sued a bunch of people.
Yeah, so that's why I'm looking like
Airwalk's not
people
doing
still. I still see
Payless
Gucci Chucks. I still see
Converse.
Chucks.
No, the Chuck Taylor's probably the most copied sneaker in history. But they did. I think I remember the story.
Like
Converse did go
nice
after a number of people.
Huh? I forgot what the model is. Those Rick Owens. They look like a nicer fucking Converse.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like Converse, the Chuck Taylor has to be the most copied sneaker in history.
I mean, either that or the Air Force One, because it was that at Walmart they always had like the FUBU versions, the Shaq versions of the Air Force One.
Shaq had True Blue 3s and Nike didn't go after dogs. So that's why I'm talking about. They're nitpicking. Like, if you be about it with everybody.
But it was changed enough for them that, obviously.
Nah, bro, I don't want to hear that, bro.
I mean, I'm just saying. I'm playing devil's advocate.
One of those made his changes. They still went after dogs. So it's just like who they want to go after.
Like, it wasn't the exact same silhouette with Shaq branding. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's the difference.
You knew it was a True Blue.
No, we know what they were going for. Trust me, I know. But I just, there's Biggie and this Gorilla Black. You know what I'm saying? So I just, we got a lot of Gorilla Blacks out here, copying each other, and it's like, shout to Biggie and fuck the rest of y'all.
This is probably the only show ever that's gonna have a Gorilla Black reference.
Let's hope so.
How can I put this? I'm pretty sure one of your top 20 favorite songs all time might be a Biggie or a Puffy produced record.
Most definitely.
So my thing is, how is it that you can he sampled from somebody else, but if somebody likes a Kai shoe, you'd be like, ugh.
Because he actually ended up paying for those samples, so there was a give and take. Those people actually benefited from him doing that.
Also, if he paid Nike to use it, then you'd be okay with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the whole thing. That's what I'm saying.
The creativity still's there.
Here's the consistency. Here's the consistency. If Kai came out with a shoe and somebody ripped them off, I would be sitting over here talking about them the same exact way. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, this guy's literally just re-releasing Kai's shoes, same colorway, same everything.
No, there is no. He legit is.
Yeah, he's
taking same exact shoe.
Listen, he's taking copying to another level, but at the end of the day, copying and copying. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, okay, you copied 90%, he copied 100. You still copy.
Wins. That's the bottom line.
Huh?
That factory wins.
1,000.
That's what I said. That's why I let off. They use once again. People are profiting off of black people beefing. So that's exactly who winning. Because he was like, I'm gonna make your shoe still, and I'm gonna charge you $400.
Well, he's saying he's gonna make his shoe and make it cheaper. Like, so he's gonna sell it for like $150.
My thing is, why would you make his shoe cheaper when they charge you more to produce it?
Because
that's bad business. You take the loss.
Because one, here's a little nugget.
Kai probably fucked his.
Kai is making a killing off of these shoes because they don't cost him that much to make that shit.
But here's my thing. You're absolutely right. So say hypothetically, Kai price is like 50 a pair, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they charging Omni 150 to 200 a pair to make, because remember he had to pay an extra to get it made, and then you're gonna sell it cheaper than what Kai is, where's the profit?
Who's saying he's paying that much though?
He just know what I'm saying. He just said he had to place $1 million order. Way more than what
he has to make this order, but if he fills that order, then I mean he's making a killing.
He might not be paying more per shoe. He might just be ordering.
He has to order so much in bulk.
Mm-hmm. But if you sitting on it, if you only sell 30% of it, that's still an L.
Which could be why he's selling them for cheaper.
Hey, well, cool.
Yeah. Let's be real about it, because we live in a day and age where people don't care about having UAs, they don't care about having super perfects or fakes or anything like that. So if you want a cool Kai shoe and you can get it for $100 less. What my man saying, Batman? We'll see how loyal those dogs are when they hungry.
Yeah.
Hey, so I'm like, shit. Like,
and then that actually could go to his point when he talked about, because you said people like the Kai shoes for the presentation and everything like that. Clearly, Dog not gonna give you that dust bag and everything that come with it. Are people really gonna care?
Nope.
Nah, nope. You know what? Because it's polarizing. Because some people have been. I'm surprised at how many people are siding. Having a side instead of just saying it don't matter to me whether the shoe I get.
Honestly, I'm like, what's my man in Rocky? Like, if he dies, he dies. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care.